Well, tell us about that trio. How did that trio come together?
Oh, I met Bernie when I was making my first record that I recorded in America, and he was happy to come and play with me on tour, and also I met Ginger Baker through Laswell.
Mm-hmm.
We had a meeting, and he was telling me about his project he was doing at the time, which was the Pill album with.
Oh, right. But
You know,
in New York, yeah.
And Ginger was playing on it, and he offered me to do some recording on that, so I did. I went ahead, and I was, very excited about how Ginger played. So I asked Bill how I could get in touch with Ginger, and he gave me his phone number, and I called him up, and the rest is history. And then we had that trio. A good 3 or 4 years we toured around doing shows, mainly in Europe with it, but.
Yeah.
Well, Anna sent me a copy,
Uh-huh.
and it's a great record. It reminded me of Lifetime. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's dense. It's got a great groove to it, and it reminded me of the first Emergency record with the way Larry Young would do these dense chords, this almost messiaen kind of a thing. Very enjoyable.
I like it a lot, actually. I mean, obviously, that's why I released it, because I had forgotten about it. It was just sitting there on the shelf, and I listened a few years back, and I decided I actually wanted to put it out because it had something that is actually missing in the recorded works of both Bernie and Ginger.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of playing you don't hear anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
I think the closest you could go to Ginger would be maybe the Bill Frisell thing he did. But that's a little bit more standardy, don't you think?
It's more standard, it's more controlled and correct, and it's not as free and expressive as this. This is really about what Ginger would play. If Ginger would sit down just to play for himself, this is what it would sound like. Sort of. He would do all these kind of African polyrhythmical things, and a lot of time people would not understand what actually goes on there. Particularly this one section that is where he turns everything around all the time, and if you're not really on it, you would lose him. You would go with him somewhere where you're not supposed to go. And what I'm playing on it is like very, very, very simple, but I'm just keeping the count, sort of. And then Bernie is orchestrating the whole thing. It's quite happening.
Yeah, I was very impressed. Very, very impressive. Very enjoyable.